The basketball addicts are back at it, and guess what else is back? The floor in Milwaukee says the Mecca. That's where Wilt Chamberlain and Oscar Robertson did their damage, paying homage to their history, of course. Their present, Giannis Antetokounmpo, 28, 10, and 7. Unfortunately, Jelly Fam Kyrie Irving did his thing as the Celtics got the win, but the question we're posing coming out of this big matchup is, understanding last year Russell Westbrook got the MVP, you know, untraditionally, his team wasn't, you know, a top seed, top 4 seed. Knowing that people are looking at Giannis as a potential MVP right now, how many wins, Blake, do the Bucks need to get in order to get Giannis the trophy?
Historically, you got to get the 50 wins to be in that conversation. He has some other things working against him. He'd be the 3rd youngest MVP ever. But they've got to get to that 50-win mark, I think, just because there are so many good candidates. Kawhi Leonard, if he gets back to health. The Warriors will cannibalize each other in terms of votes, but both of those guys will be there. LeBron is LeBron, Westbrook. The list goes on. So Giannis is going to have a lot of stuff fall into place. And the 50 wins, it's not like a rule, but he's got to be close.
So do you think this is a 50-win team?
Probably not, but they're going to be, you know, if things break right, if they can maybe make an addition, you know, they're not too far off if Giannis keeps playing at this kind of top 5 level.
Okay, Shaq, he mentioned a couple other guys are in the conversation for you. Who's the lead dog in this pack for MVP?
I would say Giannis personally. I really feel like 50 wins at least, you know, to get him to be a top candidate, top 3 in the conference.
How many wins did the Oklahoma City have last year? They finished at 47.
47 or 48, I believe.
I think it was 47. So he needs more than Russell Westbrook needed, Meg?
Probably, if you're not going to average a triple-double.
He's the Greek freak. He's right around those numbers.
So for me...
So who's going to have a better year then? I want to know, because I'm looking at him like he's playing...
I mean, if they're playing LeBron at the point, he might run away with this if he's going to play the way he's been playing as of late. But I think for Giannis as well too, in games like we saw against Boston, he needs to be able to close out. That for me says a lot about an MVP. If you can close out in big games against big teams that you might see in the playoffs or down the stretch, you've got to be able to do it through the regular season, because those games might come into play in the votes. If he's at 48 or 49 and can't get that 50-win mark, and he's getting in the votes, those games might come back into play.
I want to see who's going to compete with what he does this season quickly. Another thing that popped up, an interesting tweet from Eric Bledsoe about hair salons that was obviously misinterpreted by the front office of the Phoenix Suns, which apparently has him not playing. And a lot of people are thinking the Bucks would be a great destination for young Mr. Bledsoe. First up, your impression of pairing Bledsoe and Antetokounmpo in the backcourt.
I feel like it might be a good fit because,
Does it put them in the top tier of the East?
I think so. I think so, because I think it'd definitely be a good addition, you know, such as Jabari is out right now. And Jabari was a player that can really stretch the floor and add more points.
20 points a game.
So I feel like, you know, Bledsoe puts up great numbers. I feel like he'd definitely be a great addition to the team. But then again, it's also about chemistry. So I guess, you know, it's still early in the season, so we'll see.
And I think the one concern for me is what is it going to cost you? Because I don't think they have a lot of assets other than Brogdon or Thon Maker.
Exactly.
And those are players that they had last year in the playoffs that took the Toronto Raptors to 6 games and had impacts.
Blake, let me throw this at you. What is going to be the biggest impediment to this team getting 50 wins? Is it the health of Jabari Parker?
Jabari Parker coming back would be big. In the interim, they've got to be able to hit more shots around Giannis. And it's a similar conversation to the one we had about the Raptors, where Milwaukee has gone over the last 2 years from being last in the league in three-point attempts to being moderate. This year, they're shooting a little bit more, but it's still not enough. And when you're using Giannis at the 4 or the 5, it's crucial that you have a lot of shooting around him. And they have some okay shooters, but they should probably ratchet that volume up, because that's going to make Giannis even harder to guard in turn.
All right, well, you just got it. That's it for this segment. Still more to come as we continue to break down the NBA. When we return, Marcin Gortat needs to shut up. John Wall needs to play better, because you guys are making this Ball kid look like he's the second coming of Jesus. It's ridiculous. And then you're making LeVar Ball look good? Come on, guys.